Good afternoon, everyone. Well, faith schools. I don't want them. I do not want faith schools. Schools refer 2,500 cases under anti-extremism prevent duty. More than 2,500 anti-extremism prevent duty referrals were made by schools, colleges and universities in the first year of its operation, but action was taken in fewer than 150 cases. Faith Schoolers Anonymous Muslim schools. There are currently nearly 30 state-funded Muslim schools in England and Wales and around an additional 180 private schools. The religious ethos of and education at these schools varies significantly from case to case. While the state-funded schools largely adhere to the required minimum standards and provide an acceptable level of education, many have nonetheless been known to espouse conservative views on, among other things, women, homosexuality, and private schools sometimes enforce a strict and highly conservative moral code, features of which can include homophobic, misogynistic, creationist, isolationist, and extremist teaching, which we know already. Disbury Mosque, Finsbury Park Mosque, all extreme places. UK shuts down Islamic school after extremism fears. The UK government has shut down a scandal-hit British Islamic school where the head was identified as a potential risk to pupils after more than a decade of management failures and concerns over radicalisation. So, for 10 years, they've had a school open. For 10 years, they've been worried about radicalisation. They haven't shut it down. How stupid is our country? How dumb is our country? Now, I talked about unregistered Jewish faith schools in Hackney in London, 1,500 boys not getting proper education. And I were on a stream, and Buskers Ambrosine were on. I pulled her about it and she said it's been dealt with. Well, let's just have a look at this. Hackney Gazette, 14th of October 2020. Now, I've been going on about this since 2018. No real progress in Hackney Council's campaign to ensure Jewish faith schools become registered. Now, when I mentioned this before, the lefties said, oh, well, why are you picking on the more religious? Well, can I just say, lefties, these schools are illegal. Illegal. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Councillor, Conservative, Labour, police, these schools are fucking illegal and they want shutting down. Don't you understand that? You lefties as well, don't care what school it is, want shutting down. Now, another person said, oh, what about extremist Christians schools? Well, let me tell you, I don't see any Christians running around blowing anyone up, stabbing anyone. I haven't seen any schools held to account over the language they teach from Christian schools. Please, you send me any details of Christian school where people come out and blown people up. There is none. The worst people on the list are Jewish for unregistered schools. The second lot on the list are Muslim. Then the last on the list, wait, let me just get the list out. John, don't be talking bollocks without looking at the list. I forgot now. It's either Muslim or Jewish. I think it's Muslim top, Jewish second, third Christian. And it's like 30, 40%, 30%, 12%, something like that. I'm just going to try and find. I'm just going to try and find particular article. Let's get that percentage up. Can't find it. So we'll get round to that in a minute. So yeah, I've got a problem with illegal faith schools. So have the Secular Society, the National Secular Society, and loads of other societies and groups. We don't want any more faith schools. It's as you see, the closure comes. The Muslim school I was talking about that got shut down in Birmingham. The closure came in a year when the head of Birmingham Muslim School was banned from teaching during an investigation into alleged failure to promote fundamental British values. In all these schools, they don't promote fundamental British values, and it's wrong. All these schools want shutting down. I'm never gonna change my way on that. Doesn't mean I'm anti-Semitic. Doesn't mean I'm Islamophobic. There's loads of other evidence that these schools are not being taught properly, and I want them all shut down. So when you hear the lefties go on, just remember these are illegal faith schools. If you're all right with them being put up, and what you'll find a lot, these illegal faith schools are funded by you, the taxpayer. So your taxes are going into paying Jewish kids who don't even speak English. Your taxes are going into paying for a Muslim school that has books that promote the beating of women in Birmingham. Your taxes are going to schools that promote hatred against British people. You're just stupid. The British population, a big percentage of the British population are fucking... They're not worthy of even being classed as Britons. Honestly, I just don't get it, mate. So an illegal school, I talk about an illegal school, yet I get paid as anti-Semitic. And then that's what got me. That's why I had to step back from the Justice for Ellie, because the lefties were on my case, because I said that. Now, I've got a problem with illegal faith schools. Everyone should have a problem with illegal faith schools. Everyone should be agreeing. I'll put loads of links up in this. Everyone should be agreeing. If I see any down arrows, then you're a racist. If I see any down arrows, then you're a waste of space. You're not worthy to be on here. I'm showing you the evidence. I'm talking through articles about people who've been done for... Education officials said they closed down the school in December after consistent failings and serious damning reports. But happens at them all. I told you about Oldham. They got given money off the council for a school, and they said they want it mixed. But when they went in, it's just all girls. The teachers weren't even proper teachers. They just could speak Urdu. They didn't have any kind of structure to the classes in the school, really. And we wonder why we've got so many dumbass tourists and that blowing us up. And extremism. Nobody should be going on the watch list for having a flyer in the pocket. Nobody should be going on that terror list if we was in the pub drinking and we got confronted by masked lefties with concealed items such as batons and stuff like that and reinforced gloves. Right. And then we had a fight and 3 lads got sent down and they were on the terrorism watch list. I don't understand what terrorism watch list. Why they on them kind of restrictions weren't blowing anyone up. I wonder if the lefties got the same fucking treatment. You police, you crime prosecution service, you stinking scumbag politicians who run our country, you're all just fucking not worth the shit. When I see a politician on a protest, you're going to get called names. Get over it. You can get me arrested, I'll still call you names. All right? honestly. And I'm just not having it. I don't want any more faith schools. It's something I'm going to be promoting, and I'm going to be making banners up about this. So if you've got a problem with what I said, you've got a problem with any of the links that I put or anything, talk to me privately, right? Don't fucking start on me without talking to me. You know what I mean? I'm not having any faith schools. I'm not having any faith schools in England. Don't matter what faith it is, they have to be shut down. Every single stinking last one of them. Promoting the beating of women, promoting terrorism, promoting treating women like shit, anti-British values, not speaking English properly. I don't want any of these people. I don't want these schools in our country. You go in, you have to go out, and you're illegal schools. You're not legal. The ones I'm talking about in Hackney, the Jewish ones, are illegal. Illegal. All right. The one that I was talking about in Clarksville was a legal one. So what's happened to that woman? The teacher claimed she was having death threats. The Sun's wrote an article, and 2 Muslims have got compensation because they're not. I just don't fucking believe any of it, me. I don't believe any of it. I really don't. Some pays out substantial damages after wrongly claiming couple part of Islamic Trojan horse plot. They probably were. I wonder why the teacher, she said that death threats have been made against her. Nothing, there's nothing else anywhere. They just go on, oh, the Muslim people are nice. Well, you're not. You're not. You in that school, the girls are stood in a corner while all the lads play with the toys. No, we don't accept that kind of shit in our country. If you're not willing to integrate, step up and integrate into our society, we're not wanted. And there won't be any paid repatriations. If I come in power, you'd just be kicked out with nothing back to your country where you come from. Simple as. We're not having it. I should be allowed to say that we're not having faith schools, especially illegal faith schools. We don't want any more faith schools. Your tax money is going to buy books for the promotion of beating of women in a Muslim school in Birmingham. Your tax money is going towards schools that where they don't teach proper British history. Kids aren't coming out with a decent education, and it's happening all across Oldham now. The kids are more interested in gang fighting and stabbing than going to school. So no more faith schools. We're not having any more faith schools. Sorry to say. They all have to be shut down. Private faith schools are spreading beliefs that clash with British values and equalities law. Ofsted warns. So Ofsted are warning it as well, but still, these schools are still up. Many private faith schools are spreading beliefs that clash with British values and equalities law. Equalities, they treat women differently. And we just put up with it for political correctness. Well, I'm not putting up with it, me. If I ever run for councillor, with the area I'm in, any unregistered faith schools getting shut down, and any registered ones as well, I'm going to complain to get them shut down, or I'm going to get Ofsted in to examine them and make sure they're teaching kids properly. I'm just not having it, me. And so the lefties have gone to Barrow. Oh, that John is anti-Semitic because he said that Jewish people shouldn't be going to illegal schools. Fuck off. Fuck right off, you fucking lefty scumbags. I didn't want to swear on this video, but I've sworn a load of times, so that's no advertising for me. But I don't give a shit. And remember, lefties, I'm in Oldham now. So when you're going up to Cairo Mill, I'll be there. When you're in Manchester, I'll be there. I'm attending some court cases in Manchester. Drug dealers, people who've stabbed people and violence in school. And you're going to get called out when you're at court, you filthy scumbags. We don't want you kind of people in our country. If you're white and doing it, you get locked up and the key gets thrown away. If you're from another country, parents and birth, you have to go back to that country. Sorry, I'm sorry, but there's it's supposed to be 23,000 on the watch list, and what they're saying is more far right. Yeah, so you picked on a guy who's got a leaflet, a flyer, and then put him on counter-terrorism list. You're just sick, you police. And you come round talking to me about something I said. And one thing you couldn't get me on, because I'm not an Islamophobe or anything like that. All I did to tell you about the state of our stinking councils and the people who run us, the bent people who run us, or the paedophiles in who are lords and MPs. That's all I said. And if you think that's worthy of getting me on to counter, fuck off, honestly. You police are just full of shit. That prevent list is just full of shit. I'm going to start, I'll probably get banned off Twitter because I'm going to go after them prevent people and just call them out. Just a waste of space, man. Your tax money is paying all this. Your tax money is paying for books to promote the beating of women in schools. Just remember that, people. Your tax money is paying for kids to have a shit education and to learn anti-British values like the Orthodox Jews do. I don't give a shit if they're religious or not. They're going to unregistered schools. Unregistered. They need to be registered. They need to be sorted out. I'd like Ambrosine to tell me about that stuff in Acne that's going on. Right, so a couple of years ago, 17, 18, it come out about this Jewish school. No real progress. Children attending unregistered Jewish faith schools will continue to be exposed to an unacceptable lack of safeguarding until the government changes the definition of a school, says frustrated council bosses. So even the council bosses in Acne, and this is Diane Abbott's constituent, can't sort it out. Oh, you just make me laugh, you lot. If we just left it up to you, you'd have everyone coming in this country. You'd have them learning whatever they want in school. Nobody would be able to talk English. You'd have 10 times more, 100 times more tourism. I just don't get it, mate. I just don't get it how fit you are. Town Hall says no real progress has been made since it launched an unregistered educational settings strategy 2 years ago, 2018. I've seen this come up. Aiming to ensure all schools in Acne are registered. Bosses have put it down to there being no regulation framework and a lack of central organisation within the authority over yeshivas, which offers religious teaching to more than 1,500 boys within the Charidi Orthodox Jew community. Shut them all down. Shut them down. I don't give a shit. They are unregistered schools. So we have Ofsted here. We want our children taught to, so they need to be registered. And the faith schools that get registered only just passing. I showed you some of the grades from the Oldham schools. They're just shit. So, no wonder we've got so much terrorism. No wonder we've got so much anti-white narrative, because you're letting it happen. It's not going to happen with me. It's not going to happen. If I ended up running in a community, them schools will be getting shut down. There'll be no ifs or buts. And if they don't shut them down, I'll protest till they do get shut down. I'll be calling Ofsted every day, asking them why is it not registered. I'll be on the phone to the fucking council. I'll be all over the news as well. I'll be all over Twitter pointing it out. These schools are going to get shut down. I'm not having it, and neither is everyone else. The National Secular Society. There's loads of societies and things on here who don't want these schools. Need to be shut down. Thank you very much.